Hey, all right. Time to get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show today. Today is a special show because I have a special co host today. And whenever she comes on, I am turned all the way up. And you know what the title says? Was Judge Christina Peterson wrongfully charged? And that's the big question of the day. We've seen footage. We're going to play back some of the footage, but we've seen the footage. We've seen how she was being treated the awful night last week of Wednesday. And we want to talk about it. We want to talk about how this could have been de-escalated. And that's my position. It could have been de-escalated. But while I have my journalistic point of view, I need a legal point of view and someone who's actually wore the black robe as well. You know her. You've seen her on many of the live streams that I co-host. You've seen her on the Instagram streets. You've seen her all around town. I ain't gonna tell her town. She'll tell you where she's from. She'll tell you where she's from, but she's everywhere. But today she's here with me. Without any further ado, I want to bring on my lovely co-host, my friend, my pal, and you know what? They ain't like us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Attorney Thelma Anderson.
That was such an amazing intro. Oh my God. Like, I feel like, like I'm the president of the United States right now.
Hey, you like the beat?
I mean,
It's
it's
custom.
giving. It's
Hey, listen, listen,
giving.
listen. That was a special beat. Shout out to the super producer Rugatti. Shout out to the team who put that beat together. And that beat is a special treat for yours truly, Mr. Dennis Byron, and the Hip Hop Inquirer. But listen, I have the footage. I have additional footage. I didn't have it all yesterday, but I have it all today. And you were able to see some of the footage, but I don't know if there's a lot of people out there that was able to see some of the footage. But we're going to talk about someone that I know and someone that is seen a lot around Atlanta. For those who don't know, not only has Judge Christina Peterson been on the bench, she's been in the courtroom, she's been a former prosecutor as well in Fulton County District Attorney's Office under DA Paul Howard, and she was also one of the castmates for the popular show Ready to Love. I don't know if many people know that, but she was also one of the castmates of Ready to Love, the first episode, I want to say. And she was very animated on the show, so I expect nothing less. Very courageous woman, and we can see just based on the guests that what we had yesterday was telling their version of what happened. But I want to talk to you about how this unfortunate arrest of a sitting judge uh, and how that will impact her career in the legal community in Douglas County and the citizens of Douglas County. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, first and foremost, I don't think it would affect her rapport with colleagues because colleagues understood that and understand that she was actually following her oath and making sure that she was protecting an individual who was being where excessive force was being used. Now, the downside to that, of course, is there's going to have to be hearings regarding this matter, both on the judicial side, because she is an elected official, as well as on the bar side, which is very unfortunate because now you're going to have this individual actually report this incident because she had to be booked in and she had to go through processing. So she's going to have to report it both to her judiciary as well as to the State Bar of Georgia, which is going to cost her money because she's going to have to hire an ethics, a lawyer that handles these type of incidents before the bar as well as the judiciary. So for me, It's very unfortunate because she was doing something that she believed, and we saw that, in my opinion, was right. Now she has to, unfortunately, be at the hands of excessive police officers. She has to defend herself and her license before the judiciary as well as the bar. So those are, I don't think her colleagues are against her on this, because when you see the footage, you see it's very clear that she was not interfering. She was more so trying to de-escalate, which officers are supposed to do in that position when an actual victim is reporting something that had been done to them, and she was just doing their job.
So I have the police footage, and I also have some footage from one of the bystanders, and I'm going to play the footage right now for those who hadn't seen the footage. And I want to warn you, this is a very extremely disturbing video. So I want to put that out there. Let's go. It's usually a 30-second delay with police body cam footage,
Mm-hmm.
and this is that delay.
No, he just punched me. Everything for no reason. Right, serious? Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go.
That's a cop.
So you see the takedown. You see, she was trying to tell the other security guard that worked for the security guard that worked for the club, because there were two people there. There were multiple people there, but there was a security guard there that worked for the club that was holding the girl who actually got assaulted, who was saying that she just got punched. We see that, but we're going to play a little more.
And that's on me. No, I didn't. No, I don't punch niggas. Don't touch me. No, take me.
Okay, before we play that, what did you see there, counselor?
I've seen officers who did not, in my opinion, abide by the oath that they decided to take. So when I say that is because if there is an individual saying that they have been punched, they went to a quick to rush judgment on this particular situation. Instead of, okay, let me pull this individual to the side, try to calm her down. This person clearly has no weapons on them to where they are a threat to me. That would have prevented the judge from intervening, because she would have been able to see that they were actually actively listening and not so quick to judgment. So what I saw was officers who were rushed to judgment, and they escalated a situation that could have been easily de-escalated by just simply listening, hearing, and responding based off of what they heard. They did not do that. And that is a very bad thing to do, in my opinion, when you are law enforcement, because a lot of these situations you encounter are rush to judgment situations. And this is where they ultimately failed. They failed miserably in this particular situation.
So to your point, we saw, and the officer had to see walking up, because it was his body cam, that there was a girl who's saying that she was hit. That's on the officer's body cam. Why didn't he investigate the circumstances surrounding the assault and taking a report? From what I've learned, is that there was no report taken of the woman who was assaulted. So that's problematic for me, first and foremost.
Mm.
And Something else I want to ask you as an attorney. We're going to look at the next clip, and I want you to tell me if the judge handled this part of the situation properly, and what do you think was going through her mind as she was talking to this cop?
Where you want to take me?
I can't take
no,
you. I don't
take
have any
me.
identification on
And
you.
I don't care. You don't need the identification. You have locked people up, and you have picked up dead bodies when you don't know who bodies it was, but you picked them up. Take me where you need to take me.
I'm trying to.
No, take me where you need to take me immediately, expeditiously.
You're preventing
Take
that.
me. I could give a damn. Take me where you want to take me.
So how do you want me to take you somewhere expeditiously?
Now.
Shout out to T.I.
Take me where you want to take me. Take me where you need to go, sir.
I can't.
Harassment.
I can't.
This is harassment.
You don't want to provide a name.
Run me into.
You can't provide a name.
It's a pod, cell. Take me where you need to take me. I will get a fingerprint, and they can find out who I am.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Don't play with me.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Please stop playing with me and harassing me.
That's not how it works.
It will work like that. I promise.
I need a name and date of birth.
No.
All right, then
You should have known that when you harassed me.
we're gonna sit here then.
Freeman, don't play with me. Play with your mama.
What's your first and last name?
Play with somebody else, Freeman. You can Google me and find me anywhere in America.
I mean, what's your name?
Find somebody else.
So I can Google you.
Call somebody.
So
I told him who to call.
Are you gonna give me your other finger or
I told him
not?
who to call and to ask him who I was.
Are you gonna give me your finger or
I told
not?
him to call. I said no.
Okay, appreciate it.
That's but what?
Okay, before we look at that part, why do you think she didn't want to tell the officer her name, and she said to take a fingerprint out? What was that all about? You don't think she wanted her name to be on the body camera?
You can look at it that way. Also, you can look at it from a standpoint of a person who feels like they're being wrongfully apprehended, and at that point, they're not going to cooperate with the furtherance of their investigation or giving them giving them information. Even though, in my opinion, just give them the information, and because it became public record at the end of the day. So if we know that emotions was running high. When we talk about adrenaline, people have to understand adrenaline can change how you respond to situations. So if you are met with aggression, you're going to respond in aggression. So that's what I observed in her response to them. Even though, in my opinion, she should have just gave them her name. It wasn't going to change the outcome, and it wasn't going to it slowed the process down instead of speeding it up. So I would have provided them with my information, because when we're looking at the actual incident, I don't see that she was interfering based off of the elements that you have to prove when we were talking about interfering with law enforcement in an investigation instead of her actually protecting the actual victim. So I do think that she should have just provided her name instead of being combative, because they're going to use that against her instead of her saying, you know what, I cooperated. I saw that they were doing something wrong. They asked me for my name. They put me in the back of a vehicle, and I provided them with my information to move the process along instead of trying to delay it.
You used the word combative, and that's interesting because one of her charges is simple battery. With this quote unquote combativeness that was displayed in the police car, I don't know if I want to say, you said combativeness, but her resistance to cooperate as an officer of the court, how much weight will that have on her ethics hearing moving forward when they look at this part of it, because she is someone that's sitting on the bench?
I hate this because they look at people who are on the bench and people who are lawyers as if they are made of steel, and they have a higher degree of expectations instead of the expectations of a human being. A title does not change the fact that you are a human at the end of the day. However, based off of people having specialized licenses, like being a lawyer and then being an elected official, they want to take it to a higher degree because of the title that you hold, which is actually incorrect when they should take a look at from the standpoint of the actual human being, because this individual was not acting in her capacity as a judge. You never heard her say that she was a judge. You never heard her speak out of any titles that she held. She was simply trying to de-escalate an individual who is in law enforcement, who is supposed to be taught to de-escalate a situation instead of escalating. So unfortunately, they're going to try to hammer her because of the license that she holds in the being an elected official, when they should be looking at it from a standpoint of a human being.
You say de-escalate. Did she have a responsibility to de-escalate at some point herself?
Yes and no. The reason why I say that is because when we are in emergency situations, and we see something that is happening that is an injustice to the individual that is experiencing the emergency, you are trying to basically get the attention of individuals that are supposed to be taught to de-escalate. And when you are not getting that attention, and they're actually adding to the problem, that is going to make you be more assertive, and in the form of what the world wants to put on Black women, be aggressive, when that is not the case. When we know how to be assertive and we know how to be aggressive. In this case, I looked at her as being assertive to the matter because she was trying to get them to attend to an emergency instead of rush to judgment and treat this victim as an actual assailant or defendant.
Should she have been Mirandized at any point in time from the time she was arrested to the time she was transported to the police department? Do you think the Miranda warning was necessary in this instance?
I do. I think the Miranda, once you put an individual under arrest, and you have an indication of what kind of charges you're going to bring to them, I believe Miranda should be automatic. And I think that nowadays we have to get out of the stipulation of when you feel that it's necessary to Mirandize a person, but Mirandizing them as soon as you put them in handcuffs. That is going, because these individuals are afforded constitutional rights. And the constitutional rights does not say you get to delay a person's constitutional rights. So as soon as this is something that has been customary for years, to say, oh, we were just detaining an individual. But as soon as you start to transport, the Miranda warning should be provided before you start transporting an individual. If you're not transporting a person, okay, cool, you're just detaining. That is understandable. And I know some people in the comments are talking about her behavior after the fact. Like I said, how she behaved in the vehicle, I would not have, exhorted to that particular behavior. I would have given my information. I wouldn't have been so vocal in my emotions, because we know with alcohol, it induces certain emotions that you have, and it makes you think less rational or less logical in a situation. But at the end of the day, the officers escalated this instead of de-escalating and listening to a victim, instead of instead of listening to her as a victim, they turned her into a suspect.
It was and I have to bring this up. There was a clip, another part of the body cam, where she says she's going to take her to the pod with young Thug and Lil Woody. I mean, like she has a sense of humor. She wants to go there with Lil, but she don't know Lil Woody's out of jail. Young Thug's in jail, and he's in Cobb County. So I don't know if she knew that she wasn't going to see Young Thug in Atlanta.
Listen, well, I have no comments on that version. I'll just say this: like, if you cannot control the amount of alcohol you intake, you should be very mindful before you engage or try to de-escalate a situation that escalates for yourself.
Do you think that clip that part will become a meme? Because I think that was pretty funny. That part is pretty.
It
funny.
was unnecessary. It was very unnecessary. It was why would you say that, sis? Like, we're on here fighting on the main line for you, sis. Why would you say Lil Woody and YSL? Of all things, keep it cute and keep it mute. That's what I would recommend.
Keep it cute and keep it mute. That is funny. So let's play some more of the clip.
I wasn't cuffed. I wasn't when it needed to. Shut the fuck up. You look like a nigga who was trying to eat on me before and I never let him. Relax. Never. Shut the fuck up. And stop touching me.
See? Don't.
Yeah, stop touching me. Get the fuck off of me. Stop touching. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me.
Now, which one are you staying?
Okay, so let's talk about that. Your viewpoint on that clip in that exchange with the cop. She said you were probably one of the people who were trying to holler at me, and she rejected them. I thought that was.
I mean, it's true. I cannot tell you how many police officers that I've had to reject in my life because they are so thirsty. And they get upset when they don't get to reap the benefits of being in the presence of a woman that they are infatuated with. So I don't know if it was true for them, but it's definitely true how much of, for a lack of better word, I'm not going to say the word, but I'm going to say for how much of 304's officers are. They are one of the top rated industries that are considered 304s because they try to lay and play where they should not lay and play. So I'm pretty sure she's had encounters with these individuals. I don't know if it was these particular individuals, but I do not think she should have been acting in that manner. Just like I said, keep it cute and keep it mute, and let the individuals you're going to hire to defend you take from the incident and do their job. Do not add fuel to the fire, because officers are looking for fuel. They're looking for that so that they can come back and give it to you even harder. So her behavior when she got there, I'm going to always be my sister's keeper, but I'm always going to keep it real and let my sisters know, like, in certain situations, because we oftentimes end up on an RIP. And I never want my brothers or my sisters to end up as an RIP or having to go to a funeral and then having to go to civil court because of a wrongful death.
And we can't forget Sandra Bland and what happened to her. For those who remember, Sandra Bland also died in police custody. And we know what the story was reported, but we have no footage to support what was said then. So, I mean, I think people have to be mindful that once they're in bondage, they don't know how that thing's going to end. And they have video footage that could support a narrative that can be later manufactured, if you follow where I'm going with this. So I didn't know she was lit like that, but she was lit.
It's the Red Martini in freaking Atlanta. I've been to the Red Martini on R&B nights. So I know what Red Martini can do to a person. Y'all, listen, Atlanta is not safe. Houston is not safe. Chicago is not a safe place. And I mean, we're having a good time and not having these issues. But not saying that you're going to literally die. But I'm looking at the whole picture, and this is one thing that I tell people, and this is one thing when officers pull me over, I don't need to have a conversation with you. You have my driver's license. You know what my address is. If I'm coming,
well, they didn't have that for her.
Exactly, but this is why I say this. I don't have to have a conversation with you. I'm gonna give you my license. You're gonna know my insurance. You're gonna know whatever you need to know. But we don't have to have a conversation because anything you say, use, post, send, receive, that can and will be used against you. So for me, I don't give them any extra energy, extra conversation, because at the end of the day, they have to do their job. I'm not going to make it easy for them.
And I get it. I get it. Let's watch some more of Judge. Here we go.
And it's too tight, ma'am, because it's moving. This one?
This one?
Okay. Actually, I can't get it from here. Hold on. How does that feel? You got small wrists, so
I know I do. I don't supposed to be in handcuffs.
You said you shouldn't be in handcuffs? Okay.
But when people... So, what's my charges now? You said I was charged with a felony? What's the felony? You didn't tell me that?
Yeah, misdemeanor,
What's that?
this is the...
How many charges is it, sir? Because they went from 1 to...
I told you, obstruction and simple battery.
Obstruction, you said felony obstruction?
Yeah.
What is felony obstruction?
It's the same thing I just said. You struck the officer. Come on.
Okay. So she's obviously an attorney. She knows what felony obstruction is. She's not just an attorney, she's a judge. While she's a probate judge, she knows what the criminal law is because she worked for the district attorney's office. So she knows these charges also well because she's prosecuted people under similar charges. Do you think, and this goes back to what I was saying about Mirandizing someone, the cop probably at that point didn't know she was a lawyer and or judge because she never revealed neither one of those things. So I'm curious to, this is the official video that was released by APD, and then they released subsequent footage from other body cams. So what did you see wrong with what she did in that particular clip?
So what I saw was an individual trying to figure out why they were being detained, and why they were in handcuffs. And this is a problem that I have with law enforcement. Once you put a person under arrest, you need to know for sure what you're putting them under arrest for. Do not put a person in the back of the vehicle and then proceed to ask them questions when you don't even know the offense that you're charging them with. So if you don't know how to de-escalate, which is a very split second, then how can we guarantee you know what right charges to charge somebody with? That is my problem, because once you start, a person in the back of your vehicle should never ask you what I'm being charged with. That should be automatic. That is not something that they should have to ask you. That is something that you lead with. And that is something that needs to change about law enforcement, because we oftentimes know these individuals don't have enough training. Mm-hmm. They are guessing, and oftentimes are wrong. So when it gets to the DA's office, they often have to change or no bill charges because it's not the right, it does not meet the elements of the offense that they charge them with.
Well, we have another piece of footage that was sent to me.
Who is Pam?
What are we talking about? Well, let me pull the footage up. Pam is an attorney as well. You know Pam.
Who is Pam?
Hey! Damn! Why they treating her like that? They done arrested a friend. They done arrested a friend.
They done arrested the friend. She was the friend. Well, they said I had them on the show, and they said they didn't know her. So I don't know what that exchange was. But someone recorded and said they done arrested a friend.
Listen, that's why you can't, like, people assumptions happen often, and it's clearly an assumption that happened in this particular incident. So like you said, I don't think they were associates, friends, or anything. This was just an individual coming to the aid of someone that was in distress, that officers should have recognized, but they did not. And it turned into something that led to criminal charges of an individual trying to assist someone in distress.
Would a good defense be that she didn't recognize the cop? He may not have been in his police uniform that night. Do you think that could be a affirmative defense for her?
Yes, and the fact that he did not do a thorough investigation, and the fact that the officer rushed to judgment, and the fact that the officer arrested a victim instead of arresting the individual that assaulted the victim. It's so many defenses that they have that they can attack law enforcement on. It's not just one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, someone said in the comment section that she was suspended. I don't know. I haven't verified that it happened. Would she normally get suspended if she got arrested like this as a judge? And
no, you have to go through disciplinary actions in order for that to be handed down. I believe they're stating that something happened previously to where she may not have been on the bench at the time of this incident. But once a judge, always a judge. It doesn't matter if you are still on the bench, if you are retired, if you're no longer on the bench. Once a judge, always a judge.
Once a judge, always a judge. Okay. Interesting. Okay, hold on. I need someone says they need an attorney in Massachusetts.
Somebody said I'm shading Pam. Who is? I don't even know who Pam is.
You can't. Don't read the comments. Don't. Oh. Yeah, just focus on the. Yeah, don't. That's a distraction.
I don't even know who that is, y'all. So.
Right. Don't do that. When people start talking off topics, the mods just take them out of here. That's it. Yeah.
So somebody mentioned that a misconduct. I don't know about misconduct for this judge. I don't know that. So we don't know that. And this is just something we are reporting on based off of what happened a couple of nights ago.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I
just said that we don't know any kind of past misconduct. If she's currently on the bench, we just know of what happened a few days ago. That's what we're reporting on.
Right. We don't know that. And I don't know if they moved that quickly. But can a judge have a felony charge? I guess he could and still be on the bench, right?
Yeah, so lawyers can have felony conviction, misdemeanor convictions. It just depends on the severity of the conviction and if they're going to be licensed and be able to hold these positions. Look at the president of the former president of the United States. He's still running for president of the United States with 34 count conviction.
Right, that's true.
Yes. Yes, yeah. If you have not seen it in HD, we are looking at it right now.
Right. He's running, and he might be in the Oval Office come January 1st, January 2nd.
Yeah, all that.
Okay. Any advice for Judge Peterson that you can give as a sister in law?
Just allow your counsel to navigate you through this. From what I saw someone that was trying to de-escalate and not escalate, and the individuals that are trained to de-escalate, because lawyers, we are not trained, we are not supposed to be the de-escalators. We're supposed to be the facilitators of the law. So when you run into situations like this, I would just suggest, okay, you don't have to have a conversation with them. Just give them your information and keep it moving. You never want individuals, especially law enforcement, to have an argument to say that your behavior is the reason they resulted in the behaviors of them, which is incorrect. So for her, I would just say let your lawyers do the work, do what they are trained to do what they are credible to do, and what they have done for so long. And your fight is not with the public opinion. Your fight is in the court of law, and let people have whatever assumptions or feelings or emotions about this. But know that your day in court will happen and you will have the opportunity to say what needs to be said. But do not give the public any energy, any motivation in order to continue to judge you on a public platform.
I like that. That's great legal advice, and hopefully she will accept that legal advice. I know she has counsel, but hey, it is what it is. We'll be back in the next 2 hours to discuss the Tiana Taylor divorce and all the stuff that hasn't been reported because I was the only reporter in the courtroom that I will be reporting it. So
it's giving goat. It's giving goat activity. Okay, not only reporter. You better talk. You better say it.
That's right. Only reporter in the courtroom. And I think how many views did that post get already? I think that post on Twitter got 8 million views already.
It's giving they not like us. I mean, come on.
They're not like us. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in. Follow my page on Twitter at Mr. Dennis Byron, and we'll be back with the updates in the trial of Taylor versus Shumpert. And man, I tell you, we're gonna have to talk about cheating versus stepping out.
Or situations or permissions.
Situations, right. Because there's been a lot of stuff been sent to me after the fact, but there wasn't nothing that I can use for my story. Well, a post write-up, but there was a lot going on in that courtroom. And a lot. Now, while I understand, divorce is very contentious, but my guy was doing a little too much on that stand. I didn't really go in on him, but we're gonna have to talk about that. So with that said, we're gonna see you guys in the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
So make sure you're locked in. We're going to promote that because I think a lot of people are waiting. I know Tiana, she's watching my page heavily, just based on what I've been told.
So for anyone asking how they can contact me, my social media handle is @LawyerBayESQ, or Tell a Lawyer Group is my business page. And also shout out to Cardi. She a real one.
Cardi?
Mm-hmm. Cardi had to set some people straight. So I'm feeling
really?
Cardi. I'm feeling Cardi.
What did Cardi do? What did Cardi do?
People playing in her face with her baby daddy, and she had to set the record straight. Like,
again,
don't play with me. You haven't seen the blogs?
I've been working. I've been on the blogs.
Well, let me give you this little tidbit. So somebody has reported that a woman named Queen P has been secretly messing around with Offset. He allegedly paid a girl $15,000 to keep this secret. She has leaked the messages, leaked the information, leaked the wire that he sent her. And this girl allegedly got an abortion. And she was keeping it cute. But Kayla B, which is Von's sister, King Von's little sister, or whatever she is, as well as a girl named I Hate Morgs, who Morgan is a girl in Atlanta that is supposed to be setting up these athletes to help them cheat on their spouses. And they have all colluded, know about these situations, and escalated this situation to where this girl was like, y'all not going to continue to put my address out here, try to fight me because I've been keeping quiet, but I'm not keeping quiet anymore. And she revealed it. So, I really hate this. It's happening because Cardi keep giving him chance after chance after chance. And I just don't think he's mature enough for a woman like Cardi. But she's standing on business behind, the disrespect.
Okay, wait, hold on. Well, I might have to make a phone call. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna do a little research. I gotta be careful here. I'm gonna make a phone call.
Yeah, because I don't like it. I do not like it. When I saw it,
So-
I was like, because gossip in the city is the one that reported it.
So Cardi checked. Did Cardi check Offset, or he checked the person?
No, she did a live on last night. I don't know if it's related to his family, but somebody has not been treating her children the way that they should be treated. And people in the comments was assuming that it was his family, but she did, verify that he's a great father. But people assume that she's talking about his family members that are not, treating her children the way that they deserve to be treated, like how she treats everyone around her with kindness and love, and she feels that her children should be treated the same way. So she went live last night, I believe, or early morning hours. So yeah, it's been something that has been out. I just hate that he keep disrespecting a queen. Like, this girl is loyal. Like, y'all have been together for what, years now, and she keep giving you chance after chance, and you're gonna keep disrespecting a woman that brings value.
Do we know if those receipts were doctored?
They not doctored. This girl posted it, and I went and looked on her Instagram. It took me a while to find it. This girl, and then the individuals who they're claiming is the Mouth of the South, which allegedly is I Hate Morgue. She has a reputation for getting women together for athletes and entertainers, or people who have money, in order for them to, have a good time. So when you put that into the equation, and if Cardi is not saying husband and baby daddy, because she big on saying that's my husband, but she said my baby father is a great father. That's different.
Okay.
But again, my Instagram, y'all, is Lawyer Bay ESQ, or Tell a Lawyer Group.
Okay, we need to type that in the comment section. I know we have a banner for you, and we're going to bring that banner up. Hold on. That banner, we have the banner. Let's see here. Here we go. We got that. That's on Instagram. Is that right, attorney? That part. So that's how you hit up. That's how you hit up. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for coming in. It was a once again a pleasure having my co-host on. She always comes to deliver. She don't play any games. But we'll see you guys later on the next show. We out of here. Peace.